Hey guys, it's Steve, and I'm back today to do an update video about Cub Finance because there you have a lot of new updates that I want to share with you, and I'm going to try to do this video as quick as I can because I think a lot of you will be interested in the changes that are coming to Cub Finance. So first, let's go take a look at their site because the first thing I'll go over is their UI changes. This is kind of superficial, but it's important to see people keep changing things, keep adding things. So the basic layout is the same, right? You get your announcements here. There's a lot of stuff to go over in here. They're very active, and we're going to be going over some of the changes that they're having come to the site and some of the things that they're doing to make it better for us, to go through those changes. So the big things you'll see here, they now have a link to their bridge. The bridge is not live yet, but they're very, very close to launching this. I've already done a video about their first ever any ERC20 to any Binance Smart Chain 20 bridge. And as soon as it is live, I will do an example of myself using it to trade some random ERC20 token to another token that's live on the Binance chain. And we'll go over the fees, and you'll get an idea of how much that's going to cost for you to do stuff. And it'll be a fun little video to do. They've also added in a link to what they call the tokenized bridge and their blog. So the tokenized bridge is just the Leo Finance site that's built on the Hive blockchain where you can sign up and they will get your account set up for free. They will give you resources so that you can start using the Hive blockchain through their program. You can start blogging and you can start using Leo tokens. Leo tokens are able to be staked on their platform. I love to see projects that give, they have multiple tokens, they work together, but they each have a very unique use case. The Leo token is all about having voting power on their blog to be able to reward users for blogging, but it's also able to be used and staked on this platform to earn the Cub token. And then it's also part of the bridge through Ethereum that's allowing them to do everything. So it's good to see them start to advertise their platform. The blog link, it comes to their blog on Leo Finance. So these might look the same, but they are not. This will take you to their blog on Leo Finance so you can read about all the different updates. They also are very active on Twitter, so it's a good follow, but you don't even have to follow. You can just come here and go through it. And as you can see, they're just tweeting out updates all the time. And it's very important to see a team. I've seen some teams launch this blocks, and you go check their Twitter, and they've got a tweet that says, hey, we're launching, hey, we launched, and then nothing, because the team just goes away and doesn't work on things anymore. So now let's go ahead and get into the major updates besides the change on the UIs, and that's the fact that they're going to be changing their farms and they're going to be changing their dens. So they ran their program for the first 3 weeks. They got a look to see what we were all doing, how much money was coming into each den, how much money was coming into each farm, how many of them we're taking those rewards and just selling them, not reinvesting into the platform, and throughout, and to get ready to better support their Ethereum bridge, which is a big part of this project. They're going to go ahead and change these up. So first we'll go over that, and then we'll go over some other exciting updates. So this post just went live 30 minutes ago. They actually had an older update to their change of dens, but due to some community support, one of the projects they were going to pull out is going to stay in. So this is the proposed update, and this is going to go live in 24 hours. Like Goose Finance, they have ruled that any changes to their contract take 24 hours to do. They had actually done a change that they said they weren't going to implement for 48 hours, but they gave some time for the community to give them feedback, and they changed one thing, and that's that they put the dot pool back in, and this lowered the Cub pool a little bit more. So the basic idea of this is they want to enhance the opportunity for people to keep the Cub token and earn rewards by staking their Cub tokens, and kind of de-incentivize us selling them all for other assets. And that's what you want to see for a farm token, right? You want the farm to be working and have a lot going on, but at the same time not having their token just be something that you farm and sell, farm and sell, farm and sell. You want to build an idea that you're going to farm this token and you're going to reinvest it. That's what I like to do. I farm with safer assets, and then I take the riskier asset. I do sell some of it to cover fees and to make sure I get some BNB for gas, but I try to keep them if I believe in the project. And that's what I'm starting to do with the Cub token. I'm selling a little bit of it, but I'm always going to be staking some of my rewards back into the Cub pool. Well, that's going to become much more rewarding. So they're taking away the Cake pool, the USDC, the DAI, the USDT, and the BUSD, and the Wrap BNB pool. Out of all of these ones, the only one that I'm kind of sad to see go away is the Wrap BNB pool. I feel like I have some money in that pool. I feel like if you're on BNB, maybe you should keep that one around. But I can see why these would go away, and that's because there is some very, very stiff competition for Cake, USDC, DAI, USDT, BUSD, and Wrap BNB on the overall Binance Smart Chain. There's a lot of different places where you can go and stake these tokens, and you might be earning a higher percent. That can cause those liquidity pools, because they can be used at so many different places and so many new farms, to be going up and down and bounce around a lot. So the remaining DENs are going to be much smaller. They're going Cub, BTC, ETH, and DOT. Now, that might seem too simplistic to you, but the idea here is that you got projects that people are more likely to want to hold for the long term. I don't want to dump my DOT tokens. I don't want to dump my ETH. I don't want to dump my BTC. But I would love it if those projects were earning me yield. Now, the one thing with that is that I'm going to be getting yield in Cub token, and you're going to be incentivized to, in theory, sell that off for more BTC, ETH, or DOT to put into those pools. Now, that's not the best use case of the Cub token for them, but it's also not the worst, because at least the liquidity is staying in their pool, and their overall liquidity will grow, and the rewards are much smaller than the Cub den, though, so you'll be incentivized to maybe try to compound your earnings by leaving them in Cub and putting them in that den, as that is now going up to a 15x multiplier on the Cub den. These numbers are all the multipliers. Now let's go ahead and look at the farms. They went ahead and they're cutting out one of their stablecoin pairs. This is maybe just because they want to be more decentralized, and USDC and BUSD are not that decentralized. So they're keeping BUSD DAI, which is at least somewhat decentralized with DAI. And you could argue that BUSD that's issued on the Binance Smart Chain is a little bit decentralized, but not really completely. The whole Binance Smart Chain isn't completely decentralized. There are projects that are running independently, but if they're on that chain, there is some centralization of the Binance team owning them. They also are leaving USDT BUSD, which is nice to see that you're still going to have two options for stablecoin farming. This is the safest kind of farming that there is. And if you haven't got into the project yet, one of the exciting things is that when all of these changes go into effect, they're going to have a 0% deposit fee day. So normally there's a 4% deposit fee to get into any of the farms that don't use Cub. They use that money to burn Cub. It's similar. It's an idea that is all over Binance Smart Chain. If you've been on the farming, you're going to be aware of it. But this is very exciting for the possibility of some bigger whales, are people that are going to see these pools and be like, man, I would love to get into a BTC BNB or an ETH BNB, or I'd love to bring over more of my Leo tokens, or just put a big amount of USDT and BUSD into a pool that's going to be earning a pretty good yield and not have to pay the deposit fee, so you are immediately earning profit on those assets. They are eliminating also the DOT BNB pool, the Cake BNB pool, and the BNB BUSD pool. So these farms are going away. These farms are going to remain. They're reshuffling the multipliers, so as you can see, the ones that are using their tokens, Cub, and Wrapped Leo, get the most. After that, you have the more risky ones, and then you have the stable coins getting actually a 4x multiplier, which is pretty good. And then you have this DEC BNB token. Now, people might not know much about dark energy crystals, but they are the currency that you earn in a game that runs on the Hive blockchain called Splinterlands. It's one of the most popular DApps in all of crypto. It's a game that I play a lot, and I earn a lot of DEC, and I already put DEC in a pool on Ethereum. I'm going to be putting some into this pool. I'm just waiting until I build up a little bit more. I have to do some moving around of funds because there's a lot going on in the world of crypto, and it's just hard to figure out where everything's at. But this is the announcement of the 0% deposit fee day. So you might not want to put any money into any of the pools that have a fee until tomorrow, and then you have 24 hours, so it's not a big rush, but sometime tomorrow, if you're looking to get into the pools, or add to your positions, tomorrow's a really good day to do it. It's also a really good day to maybe take some of your money out of other farms and move them into this farm, because you can now do it without paying that deposit fee for moving the money over if you believe more in the Cub project. They have some news on their audit. They expect it to be fully published today. I'll link to this post if you want to read more about that, but it goes over there. They do have an ongoing contract with this team to continue to audit all their new projects. So we should be seeing audits coming out. Audits don't mean everything in the world, but if your project isn't even trying to get audited, then you're in trouble. So it's good to see that. I was always pretty confident in this team. The other thing they talk about here is the Cub Kingdoms that is going to be launching. Now, Cub Kingdoms is basically a play on vaults, and that is usually the next step that most of the DeFi platforms try to go to. Now, their vault is going to work a lot like the Auto Farm vaults, and that's one of the other sites that I currently use on the Binance Smart Chain. So Cub Finance is really becoming an all-in-one place where you can come and go ahead and use them to try to auto compound your liquidity tokens or your other tokens. So the basic way that this works in the vaults is that you deposit your liquidity tokens into a pair, and they go over this example here. So you give them your DOT and BNB LT tokens. They go ahead and take those tokens, and they put them on Pancake Swap and start earning Pancake tokens with them. But they don't keep the Pancake tokens. They sell the Pancake tokens for DOT and BNB, and then they put that into the liquidity pool, and then they add that to your stake on their platform. So you will basically take your liquidity tokens, put them with them, and they will grow them faster than they would normally grow by staking them wherever they can find the best, safest a return. And you will see on the kingdom the current strategies that they are running, so you'll know where your tokens are going to be staked. And if you're safe with that idea, it's a way to increase the amount of money that you are earning on your liquidity tokens. I use this on Auto Farm and it works really well. I put some Pancake tokens there and they grow really fast. I put some Goose BNB there and those liquidity tokens are growing very fast. And I put some ADA BNB tokens in there, and they're growing at a much bigger rate because I'm also earning the auto token, and they're doing that. This will work the same, where they're going to do this auto compounding for you so it grows, but they're also going to give you a small payout of Cub each time they do this. This is really good for the Cub token because they are going to have a fee in here that they take, and all of the platforms that do this auto compounding have some kind of fee, platform fee. So they're going to be taking this platform fee, but they are going to be using it to go and burn the Cub token. So it's one more burn mechanism for the token, and that's really exciting. They say they don't expect that this is going to hurt the multipliers of the other pools, and they go into that more. But if you really want to know everything, I'm going to let you come here and read this because I want to wrap this video up with one quick look at the token price and where we've been going. So in my last video on Cub, we are floating right around in here. I was saying we're in that accumulation range. We got out of the bonus farming on Cub. We were getting down to a floor where it was going to be a lot cheaper for people. We had the bridge coming. We have kingdoms coming. We have the audit coming. We have lots of good news and lots of more ways for this token to be used. And we got a massive pump all the way up. We wicked up to 310. And then we've come back down a little bit, and now we're holding this 280 mark. Now, I don't know where the token's going to go here for sure. We need to see the bridge go live. There's been a little bit of a delay in there. It'd be nice to see the audit that's had a bit of a delay come out and be live and certified and us be able to go and read it. Cub Kingdoms and the vaults need to launch to get that going. But the good thing to see is the team is continuing to grow. They're continuing to add things. And this is what I knew would happen with this project because they are not a brand new team. They are not an anonymous team. They are not somebody who just copied a code and put it out here like some of the other farms that you're going to see. They're a team that built a blogging platform called Leo Finance. They're a team that built a whole bunch of different projects, and I expect them to continue to build this. The question is, can we get the word out and can we get people to use it? Because all of their platform and all of this stuff has kind of a circular nature of you earning and earning and earning, us taking fees and us burning. And so if we're not using the platforms, if you're not going to blog and earn Leo tokens, if you're not going to use their bridge that they make, if you're not going to move over some of your assets and use them in the kingdom feature just to be able to increase those tokens and be able to let them go and earn you additional yield, then the project can't get much bigger, because the next goal for them is to really push this TVL out of this range. They've been in this $10 to $13 million range for quite a while right now, and that's where some projects seem to kind of get stuck, and it's where they haven't had enough money come in from the outside ecosystem. They haven't been able to pull that money away from other farms, but that's going to be the next step. And I really feel like once they're audited, once they have the bridge running, once they start to show that they're burning more of the token because they have more assets coming into them, we're really going to see this project hopefully start to pull in more money. That's my opinion. I'm a fan of these guys. I'm inside the Hive bubble, so take that with a grain of salt. Hive is not a huge community. We are a very loyal community. We are very much holders. They call us diamond hands because we all sat around and held an airdropped Hive token. If you're still on the platform, we didn't dump it. We blogged and blogged and blogged, earning pennies and pennies and pennies per post until now we're earning dollars per post. So it's a group of people who I know will back a project and they will stay here, but they're not enough to grow the project to the next level. So that's what we need to see the team do. I want to just say thank you to everybody, and just one quick look. See, so they got their DeFi platform, they have their blog, they also have a Hive tracking data service that other projects use to be able to track Hive data. They run a witness on the Hive blockchain. They already launched the Wrap Leo, which is allowing them to do the bridge with that. And they also actually run a complete native DEX on Hive blockchain for trading Hive project tokens. So Hive has its own unique communities, if you don't know this, but some of them are like the Weed token, the Palnet token, the NeoXN token. There's one for TV and media and all these other front ends similar to the Leo finance themed front end. Those ones are not nearly as popular, don't have near as many users, not near as much functionality as the Leo team has built into theirs, but they are all front end tokens on the back end similar to the Leo token, and you can trade them. A lot of them have almost no market cap, no use, no super great development. Some of them actually have good development, just don't have enough users on them or not. Leo is certainly the most successful. It's even more successful than the Hive token at this point, but without a doubt, it just shows they have a track record of putting stuff out there. So I'll end the video there. I hope you guys take a look at the platform, do your own research, and decide if maybe this is a farm you want to use if you're into doing yield farming. Thanks. Goodbye.